Hiya stream. Hiya chat. How's everybody doing today? You know, it's been a little while. I think it's been over a month. Over a month. Time has flown. You know, I feel like a bit of an apology is in order because I totally anticipated like I'd move here and then January would hit and I'd stream like every week. It did not happen that way. Glad you're all here. I tried to pretty up my stream a bit. I think I've added actually quite a bit since everybody was here last. I added... Ooh, if this is too small right here, let me know, because I can try to fix that on the fly. I tried to make it the chat so it would like fit in the box better. If you need bigger words to actually see what it's saying, that's cool. But yeah, I added some things. I added a little sub goal, which we're already, let's see, 10% closer with that one sub. Since it's out of 10, it's like 10% more than I had before. So thank you so much, Wander, for that. The follower goals updated. Before it was 123. We actually managed to hit that sub goal while I was basically on furlough. That's another 10% on that sub goal. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Honestly, the fact that I'm getting any subs at all right now is a big deal to me. I was gone for a minute, guys. Thank you so much. I don't know how much is new since the last stream. I want to say it's quite a bit. Let's see. I think I have sound alerts now. I added a couple new channel point tiers, I believe. There's a neat little sound alert one that lets you say hello, and I think that's great for like new ones. If that's like crazy spammed and if it breaks my computer, I'll take it off because it might, but we're gonna mess with that a bit. Other than that, I think pretty much everything is the same. Some of them scare me, I'm not gonna lie. Guitar and sing and freestyle rap both scare me. That's just how it is. Before we get started today, I'm going to redeem a hydrate with my infinite channel points so that we all get a good little hydrate sip in there before we start. Please work. Please work. That's my cat. That's not the sound alert. You know, gosh, I hope they're set up correctly. I did not hear anything there. Plu, welcome in. Thank you for being here. It's been a while. It's been a while. Gosh, guys, I don't know if those sound alerts are going to come through or not. I'm trying. I'm trying. Let's go. Yeah, I think it's been over a month. My little kitty. You know what? Okay. There was something on my list for later this stream. But I'm going to go ahead and fulfill it now, actually, since my cat's here and wants my attention. Almost a year. Yeah, that's right. And you guys started a hype train. That's insane. You guys, 7 out of 10 subs. We're close already. Almost a year. Yeah, I started on the night of my birthday is when I started, and that's in 6 days, I think, which is insane. I'll be 22. Gosh, that's so old. Okay, my cat wants my attention real quick. Here's what we're gonna do. Excuse the messy floor, but we're going to have another little cat reveal here, since my cat just so... I literally have a heated blanket draped over my seat because it gets so cold. Yeah, cat time. Watch. I'm just gonna grab the treats and she's gonna know exactly what it is. I believe. Yeah, there she is. Hi, sugar. You want a treat? I give her 2 of these. These are recommended by vets. They're dental treats. Hi. Here, can you get on the chair for me? I don't know if she will. Come here. Come here. Can you get up on the chair for stream? She's like, I don't want to do it. Come on. Come on. It's safe. I'll hold the chair for you. Don't worry. Don't be scared. See? Can you get it? I don't think she wants to. Here, there you go. That's close enough. Is that tasty? I've been doing so much research on like how to take care of your cat. And they take a lot of work, but like, I mean, at the same time, I guess they don't compared to like dogs and cows and stuff. But gosh, she's just so sweet. There you go. I don't have any more. I'm sorry. Isn't she adorable? There's no more. I'm so sorry. Okay. Cat reveal done. She might keep meowing at me, but she's doing good. Ooh. All right. Nice, nice, nice. Yes, dogs and cows, the two most common pets. Honestly, arguably, maybe. Who doesn't have cows? Gosh, I have to close this bag and she's gonna think there's gonna be more. Oh, she's never done this. You've never gotten on my desk before. She must have really liked that treat. Hi. This is Sugar for those of you who don't know. I don't know if I've said that yet. I'm sorry, Sugar. There's no more for you. She's like a whole new world. I've never done this before. Yeah, that's my desk. Okay, I might have to move you. I'm trying to get something done here. This is so common. When you're like working on something and your cat just happens to show up at that one time when you need to like use things. He is working, Sugar. Yeah, I'll just continue to spite this. She found the bag. Sugar, I'm so sorry. Okay. There you go. Sorry, cat. No more for you. I actually have a bit of a goal here for you guys. Or not for you guys. What am I saying? I have a... Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna have to move these treats because she is inevitable. She will not let me rest until she has another one. Okay, she convinced me I have to do at least one more treat. One sec. Alright, one more, okay? They say that you can give them like 8 in one day, so I am not overfeeding. I only do 2 because cats are supposed to be low carb, but a lot of foods have a lot of carbs in them, which is why so many cats are overweight. And the way they're just like built is they're made for like high protein, so all the high carb like dry foods aren't actually very good for them. It might have high protein, but it does mess with like what they're supposed to eat, so it's really unfortunate. So I try to limit your food. I try to give you what's good for you. I would really like to like do wet food. Thank you guys for that hype train, by the way. That was totally unexpected. I would love to do like wet food, which is really good for cats, depending on the ones. But it's usually high protein, has just the right amount of fat, has less carbs. It's more like close to what they'd eat in the real world. But that's just so darn pricey. That's the downside. Man, usually she isn't like this. Okay, well that's... Did the lo-fi disappear? No, it's still here. So every stream, I make a checklist, actually. I think you guys knew this, but this checklist is pretty long, this stream. That was one of them. That was actually gonna be something I did later, but she just wanted to stick around. She might hang out on my bed, actually, now. I hope she does. She usually doesn't do that unless, like, I'm in bed. You know what I mean? But how are you guys? I've been out for, like, a month. The transition from my internship in Louisville to here was a whole lot tougher than I anticipated. Like, it was emotionally tough, but it's a very extreme change, which I saw coming, but I didn't expect it to be so, like, jarring, or it was very shocking, you know? I can imagine that being rough. Yeah, I mean, to anybody who's going through a move, I think inevitably it's going to be hard. And I think I've learned a few reasons why. Um, a few of them are like everything changes, which is just the obvious one. Like your friends, your hobbies, who you're around all the time, where you go, what your work is, your downtime, like everything in your life basically has to shift a bit. Some of those more or less. And with that comes a change in how you fulfill your needs as a human. Like everybody has basic needs. Um, and when you change location so heavily, some of the ways you're used to getting the things you need inevitably change too. For example, if one of the things like while I was in Louisville, I think physical health is something that I need to do. If I don't do like physical health stuff, like either working out or even eating okay, if I ignore those parts of my life, it really affects me in like every other way. And so in Louisville, I would fulfill that by just literally walking across the street and going to the basement of the little community center that I was by, and I would work out there. And it was so easy because I didn't really have to go anywhere. And even in the cold, like I could just walk across the street and it was totally fine. And they had weights and things like that, and so they had pretty much everything I needed. But like now, I'm like a car drive away from the gym. So that's a small example of how you fulfill needs will change. It's also like who you're living with, where your friends are. Like I'm a little bit lonely here. I have some friends that I hang out, and I started working again, which is awesome, which will come in my next segment soon. But like even friends, like I was around people all the time in Louisville that were kind of in the same headspace, and so like now being here, I'm living with my parents for a time before I move out into a house, which is another thing I'll talk about. And so even those things like friends and stuff changes. And that's just a lot for any person to go through because it's really extreme. It's like an intense thing. So that really affected me like emotionally. Being a productive member of society. Hey, welcome. This is so how do you actually say your name? Is it Mickey Joe CJR? Because I've never actually known. This is Ryan, by the way. Mickey Joe CJR in chat, right here. They stream actually. They stream a lot of games, but recently, they usually stick to one. It's not like random. They'll like stick to one. From what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong. It's usually like challenging games, sometimes older games, sometimes newer games. Recently they went through La Mulana 2, and they've been playing Elden Ring. I've been friends with them, or at least I've known them since I was a kid. And more recently, I think we've been starting to talk more. So inevitably, you'll see me streaming with them. I support them. We actually had a stream recently where we rated this person. For those of you who can't see it, I guess, or who are just listening, MICKIJ. Sorry, MIC. I got this. Focus, Grant. MICKIJOECJR. Boom. If you go follow them, I think they're 3 followers away from qualifying for affiliate pretty much. So they're super close. Go drop a follow if you like those kinds of games and challenges. I think they have a lot of promise. Glad you're here, man. Glad you're here. Yeah, I was just talking about how the change, the move here that I did in late December was pretty crazy. It's already almost mid-March, which blows my mind. I think I've only done 1 stream and then that raid stream since then, which blows my mind. That's all I've done. But there's a lot of great things that have happened since I moved. Like it got really hard. Man, some days I couldn't even get out of bed or answer messages. Like it was a tough thing. But as of more recent, I've been a whole lot more motivated, and I've been getting out of bed more. Starting work, like working again, was super helpful. It was awesome. Thanks, my dude. I'm just in a long car ride, so my internet's cutting in and out. No problem, man. I'm just happy you stopped by. If you can't stick around, that's no problem. Thanks for stopping by, man. It's always good to see you. But yeah, it's been looking up recently. I've Even today I went to a cougar bit flute. You would, Maz. Right off the bat, you would. It's literally under my desk. Let me grab it. Oh boy, so this is a little doodad called cougar bit flute. It's a ancient Chinese instrument, but I got this one for like I think like $35 off of Amazon. I think I just saw it in a video and I was like, I wonder how much those cost. And I looked it up and I found the super cheap one. It's pretty sick. Let me stop the lo-fi real quick to get this flute redemption in. There you go, Maz. Thank you for the redemption. Gosh, I love that thing. It's so goofy. The valves and the pitches. And the best part about that particular one, it's like some notes are so close to being in tune, but they're not. It's like so just barely off. It just makes it that much more enjoyable to play, honestly. Thanks for that redemption. Yeah, so work's helped. I've really enjoyed life. Oh shoot, let me bring lo-fi back. I always forget. Edward should have played that instrument. Well, so canonically he has like a pan flute kind of thing that he plays. Not wait, a pan flute I think is this thing, not that. It's just almost like a recorder. Like think of a recorder, but it's like wooden. He canonically has one of those. So in my mind, it's like a close thing where it's like when I play flute with Edward on that thing, it's like kind of the sounds he's making, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. That's how it works in my mind anyways. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I have this whiteboard that I bought for streaming. It's right here. I think we did even like a little unboxing on stream. It's humongo. It's like a big whiteboard. Are you about to tell me an ancient tale of woe and interest? That sound slaps though. Didn't know an instrument like that existed. Yeah, and it's super easy to play. You know, sometime I will tell you an ancient tale of woe and interest. That flute in particular though, I love the sound. If you were to look up cougar bit flute and watch videos, like the actual tone of a good one is fantastic. It makes me think of the flute that they use in Avatar: The Last Airbender in their music. Those of you who've seen it would know what I mean. Like the little flute that bends and stuff. Gosh, it's beautiful. And there's probably a lot more to the instrument that I don't know. But it's super easy. A lot of reed instruments, which is what that is, it has a reed in it that buzzes and helps make the sound. A lot of instruments like that take a lot of like special mouth work to actually get the right sound. That one you literally blow into. That's it. Like the mouthpiece is just there and you just blow and it makes a sound. It's so easy. But enough of me nerding out on that. I'm going to actually use this whiteboard now for the first time in like ever on stream. My sister and some of her friends were on here and they wrote pee pee poo poo up here, and I love hot moms right here. So let me just erase that real quick so I can write down a list here. The same vibe you got? Yeah, it's fantastic. And that's when I saw it, I was like, okay, how could I not get this? You know? It's just so perfect. All right, I'm gonna make a list here. This is so goofy. And I'm going to title it. If I can get this cap off, got it. I'm gonna title it. What was I gonna title it? Just what's new in Grant's life? Question mark. What's new in Grant's life? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because I have a few things that are new in my life here. I didn't think about this list prior, so I'm just going to think of them when they come. And we're going to go down this list and talk about everything. The first thing is obviously work. That's new. I started working. It's pretty cool. I have an injury right now. That actually is funny because I can't work with the injury I have right now, but it's healing. Don't worry. I have an upcoming move, which is pretty exciting. Is there anything else that's new in my life other than like obviously moving and stuff? I'm trying to think. I guess those are the 3 big ones, so we can start there, and then I'll think of new ones as I go. What's new in Grant's life? Well, I'm glad you asked. Number 1, work. Where does Grant work? Well, currently, I'm actually working for like an independent company that's delivering for Amazon. So I'm like an Amazon delivery driver. I get in a car, we like get packages in the morning, and we sort all of them from out of the truck, and then we like have our different regions of the town, and we like load up the packages, and then everybody does their thing. And pay is kind of based on efficiency of like package delivery. And since I've delivered before for Jimmy John's, I kind of already got the flow down, so pay is pretty good. The hours are great. It's exercise. I get outside. I'm alone for most of the day, which I freaking love. I can just listen to podcasts or music depending on what I'm feeling. And so I really enjoy the job. So my work has helped me actually like get structure to my life a ton, which has been it's changed my whole world here. Because now in the mornings I work, and sometimes, of course, I don't want to work. It's like work. But for the most part, I enjoy it. And then I get home, and in my head, I think, oh my gosh, I have so much free time now to do stuff that isn't work. And when I got here, anything, like even streaming was like, oh gosh, that sounds so exhausting. Even though I really love streaming. That's one of the observations I've made about streaming is that my life is better when I do it, I think. Like, I enjoy life more, which is poggers. And so, since I am now working, I get home and I'm like, oh my gosh, now I can edit. I could stream if I wanna. Like, it's just so much better. So that's one thing. 2, my injury. I got a sprained ankle right now. It happened it happened a week and a day ago. I want that to work so bad. I want the say hello to work so bad. I just don't know where it is. Gosh, I wish I did. I wish I knew how to do that. Hold on. There's gotta be... When I tested it earlier... Hey, what's up, Nlif? Welcome to stream. When I tested the sound alerts earlier, it totally worked. I don't know why it's having such a hard time now. I'll have to mess with that after stream, but I also have sound alerts like via the actual widget in the about. But honestly now I would suggest not trying to use it. See, the bits makes a sound. I think that's a different thing than the sound alerts, but at least the bits are making sounds, which makes me happy. Welcome to stream. Nlif, you've been on my stream, right? I just know you very well from the Paper Dungeon, so I can't recall if you've actually been on philogrant. It's been a while. Forgive me if you've been here a ton. My memory isn't always that great. Thank you for the bits, though. Welcome in. I'm just talking about new stuff in my life. So yeah, I have an injury. It's doing better. I can't obviously work on a sprained ankle because I have to go like upstairs and stuff. But I can like kind of walk on it now. I prefer having a crutch, like one crutch. I've graduated from 2 to 1. Yeah, I just missed last one due to internet issues. Okay, no problem. Glad you're here. But it's getting better. I can start to walk on it, which is great. It's just really uncomfortable. So hopefully within like a week, I would love if within a week I could start working again, because like not getting a paycheck is tough. But thankfully, since I'm living with my parents, it's not as costly to live, which is fantastic. Oh yeah. I guess I can add that to the list. It's something I'm excited about. I'll just call it that. And then an upcoming move. So I don't know how widely known this is, But for the Paper Dungeon, which is another stream I do for those of you who don't know, Nlif is there, Maz has been there, Wander has been there. Like, it's where actually quite a few of you come from, I think, or vice versa. The Paper Dungeon, I still stream. I have streamed there every week, actually, still, since I've got here. So it's not like I haven't streamed at all. And there, oh, I don't know what public knowledge this is. I'll just say that I will be moving in with some of the members sometime soon. That's all I'll say, because I don't know how public everything is. But that's really exciting. Yeah, Lydia is on the cast right here as Renaya currently. So that's super exciting. So I'm actually looking for a place right now so that will work. But once that happens, it'll be such a party. Especially when I'm streaming, like, they'll just be like NPCs. Yes. I can't say anything, Lif. I'm saying nothing. Maz, the boggle emotes. These are Paper Dungeon emotes. But yeah. And then the fourth one, I'm doing adult stuff. I like budgeted, and like I have this whole table that like calculates net worth and stuff, because now that I'm here and I'm like actually the Edward emotes, that's my character right there. I will make this text box bigger, by the way. It's welcome to chat. Telling us your secrets. Did you do it with a dude on accident as well? I'm so sorry, I don't understand your message. Telling us your secrets? But yeah, kind of. I will be later. That actually is a great segue. That's pretty much all the new stuff in my life. I've just been doing a lot of, getting my life together, basically, since I moved, because it's been a whole lot of stuff. And so now, though, I feel like I have a pretty good handle on things. I at least have a better understanding of like where I am financially, how I'm going to stream, what work is, and all that stuff. That's super pumped. So that's a lot of the maintenance side of things done, since I haven't streamed in like over a month. I just wanted to keep you guys up to date. So what's next? I have three different notebooks that are identical to this one. And the three of them are personal planning, the Paper Dungeon, and then philogrant. And the purpose of these three notebooks is to help me do like planning, dump thoughts onto my notebooks, and all that stuff. And before, I used to just do it at the end of my planner, because I have like this notes section that's pretty hefty at the back right here. And so I used to just put all of my projects, all of my thoughts, all my lists in one spot. And that worked, especially while I was like starting that habit. But more recently, now that I've purchased these separate notebooks, which I've wanted to do, I've just been writing them in their designated notebooks. So that way, like, let's say I'm sitting here or in a coffee shop and I'm making or thinking through something or making a plan for something in particular, I don't really have to worry about anything else other than this particular objective. Philo organized? We sure you're the real Grant? Look. The reason why I have to stay organized is because I'm so bad otherwise. Like, if you put me to my natural way of living, I'll just have a pile of things that I'll just pull from when I feel like it. It doesn't work. Maybe some people can pull it off, but man, if I don't keep my thoughts organized, I am so unproductive. It's ridiculous. A planner, truly a functioning adult. I'm jealous. Now, here's the kicker. I haven't really entered in this planner hardly at all for the past few months. I know you can't really see that. I've only entered a few times in my planner and like in my journal. When I was in Louisville, I would planner every day and journal every week and every month once. But I still have to like make goals for this year in my journal and all that nonsense that helps me. And so for me, it's more of like a tool for like when I'm on top of things and I have a better idea of like where I'm headed. And they save me, man. They save me. So here's where the secret's happening. This is my philogrant little notebook. And one thing, oh gosh, it makes me think. It pops in my head a lot, wondering how much like behind the scenes thoughts behind philogrant I want to share with my audience. That has been a question to me from the beginning, because I'd love to. Oh, I just noticed something. Hold on. There's this painting which is really cool that was given to me by somebody, and I just realized it was blocking the blue light. There, I moved it. There's more blue now. I just like the blue light is all. Back to what I was saying though. I've always wondered like how much I should share about what I'm thinking. Like when it comes to strategy and how I think and feel about philogrant and like what my goals are. And pretty much where I always get to after thinking about that is, I think one, it's usually interesting, I think, for viewers to see the streamer's thoughts. Two, I think it's good, at least personally, as far as like, I guess, integrity and accountability in a sense, to show my audience honestly what I'm thinking. I don't think that's always the case. Like sometimes I think there are things that obviously there's private life and like private thoughts and then audience life. Like I think that's a super important distinction. Don't hear me saying that I think the audience should know every bit in detail about how you feel and what you think. But when it comes to basic stream planning and like what I'd like to kind of accomplish with philogrant, I think it's a really cool conversation to include your viewers in on. And so what I want to do, I only have, I have 3 little pages here. Actually 2. I have 2 little pages here that I want to share with you guys. I guess technically 3, but there's 2 main ones. And the 2 pages I want to share with you today, which this won't be a common occurrence. This is just a very special, unique thing I want to do today. To me, it's kind of a new year streaming. I'm almost hitting 1 year. This is one of the first streams of the year still for me. And so this is kind of a way to kind of like put my foot on the ground and be like, look, this is what I want to accomplish. And I want you guys to be on the ride with me on this train, this hype train that is philogrant. I think it's a pretty cool thing. And also I like documenting these kinds of thoughts so that in the future, if we ever hit milestones, people can go back, including me, and like see kind of, I don't know, the feel and the drive that was there at the very beginning. I think that's super, super valuable. So I hope this is interesting to you guys. This is super interesting to me. I sat in a coffee shop for like hours today and wrote all this stuff out and thought through it. It's not honestly that long. I just think you guys would enjoy hearing all of the behind the scenes thinking, because I want to include you guys on it. Dude, 1 year, nice. I like the chill vibe of the stream. Nice to see you're growing a comfy community. Thank you so much, man. That actually means a lot. Yeah, almost 1 year. I technically started like the night of my birthday, which is on the 18th. So I think in 6 days, I think, will be my 1 year anniversary, which is crazy. I know I've earned the 1 year because we've honestly had a lot of streams. In some ways, though, I feel like we almost didn't earn the 1 year because this last like 2 months have been so crickets. Probably the last few even. But I think it's a little silly to think that way. Like, the fact that we just said, we're gonna do this. I don't care what our tech is. I don't care if we have much planned. We're just gonna make it happen. And then we did, despite all the craziness. I think that's something worth celebrating. So yeah, I'm pumped. I'll definitely stream on my 1 year. I don't know what it'll be yet, but it'll be great. To me it is. I'd love to follow your lead and reorganize my life for the better. Oh, sweet. Yeah, that's something I'd love to do too. Like, man, especially now, there are so many possibilities of like what you could do that I feel like a lot of people, especially younger people, but people at any age, including myself, I know when I'm 40, I'm gonna still be considering what the heck I'm gonna do. People at any age, man, I think being able to learn how to take control of your thoughts and like consider what you want to do, like where your energy goes, how to find purposeful work. I'm super into that stuff. So I don't feel like I'm super knowledgeable. I don't feel like an authority in that space by any means, but I think one day maybe we could be. After thinking about this enough and putting things into practice, and I hope to do some things on my main channel about some of the things I've learned. I think all that stuff would be really cool. So yeah, thanks for saying that. Anyways, I think this is valuable. I'm gonna jump into it. Gosh, I just have so many words to say all the time. I'll get better at saying fewer words, hopefully. So here's my philogrant journal. The first thing I did in all of my journals was basically put a step-by-step strategy right here. You can see kind of the title there. I also date all of my pages because it helps me go back and consider like where I was, what I was thinking, and all that stuff. The things I put on this page, like the list, which is numbered, of my step-by-step strategy with philogrant and the other things I have, these aren't new thoughts at all. I've thought through this several times. I've in a way, I've been growing my knowledge of how to do like media for years. I've just never really committed until recently, but I've always been interested in it. I've ingested so much media about the topic, and I've practiced some things now. Like the philogrant to me is a very experimental thing. And so this is just taking, hey, Ghost, welcome in. Wow, it's been too long. Man, I'd encourage you to go back and watch the VOD today if you have the time, because I went through what's new in my life. I also talked about like how the transfer has been from my old place in Louisville to here. I think it's all pretty good to give you a feel of like how I've been doing and what my plans are now. Now you're coming at a great time because we're talking about my current like plans and objectives and thoughts behind philogrant. 11 months, dude. So many of you are so close to a year. In 6 days, it's my year-long Twitch anniversary. So be expecting a stream on the, gosh, what is it? The 18th. That's literally my birthday. I'm so glad you're here. Wow, the gang's all here, man. I didn't know how many people would show. It's been so long. But yeah, here's sharing my behind-the-scenes thoughts, which it's kind of a vulnerable thing for me. It's something I care a lot about and something I am a little shy to talk about, I guess, on stream. But I just think it would be so cool to like really have you guys in the know as far as like what I want to do. So here we go. Oh yeah, what I was saying. I have a step-by-step strategy that I put in all my little notebooks with my different projects. And these are things that I've thought about a lot. And the whole purpose of this was just to take all of the different thoughts and things I hoped to do and put it in a list of like the things I can do early on that I should be doing now, and then the things that I will be able to do eventually. That's kind of the thought behind it. So I'm just going to go down the list and talk about things. The first one, well, I do have a little asterisk here. Right here, called improve stream along the way, which is just something that I didn't think needed quite a like number on here. That's just something that's always going to be happening, like thinking about new ways to design my stream, new pokes and giggles we can add, like sound alerts and channel points, you know, all that stuff. Emotes eventually, for sure. That's something I want to do soon. That includes like Discord and stuff in my mind. So anyways, that's just a side note. That will always be happening. But the first thing is just simply editing streams and making TikToks. In the space, it's talked a lot about consistency on Twitch specifically, which, that's super important. And that's obviously something that I've never really practiced, other than maybe sometimes while I was in Louisville. But as much as I believe in consistency, I think it's more important to take what you have and oh, what's it called? Make it accessible to people, I guess. Like the good parts, make the good parts accessible to people on a broader spectrum, so you have way more of a chance of people noticing and then showing up. This is one thing that we've done with the paper dungeon that completely changed the game. Um, we stream once a week for over 4 hours every week, pretty much, and we have a second stream on Thursdays. That's more of like a talk show. Sometimes D&D. It's pretty random. Sometimes art, and we never really saw much growth. We saw a tiny bit. We never really saw much growth until we started doing like TikToks and shorts on YouTube. And we were documenting things on YouTube, but since our content was so long form, which is the same with Twitch, like usually when people stream, it's usually like 2 to I'd say 6 hours. That's like a long time, and people wandering in and following is something that will happen. But imagine you are uploading TikToks regularly as well, and one TikTok gets even 10K, which is pretty darn good for an early TikTok, but not compared to the TikToks that get big, which are like hundreds of thousands, you know? So let's say it gets 10K, and let's say from there you get 10 extra followers. Consistency, never heard of it. Yeah, honestly. Let's say you get 10 followers on stream. Well, for a small streamer, 10 followers is a big deal. Like that might happen during a large raid, or you know, maybe you have a really good long stream where people are trickling in, or maybe that's accrued over, let's say 5 streams and you get 2 followers every stream. Because of that one TikTok, that little bit of effort you put in to make that TikTok, you've gained more followers per amount of work, basically. And it's not like the whole goal of philogrant is to be huge. This is just something that I think maybe should be pushed a little more, is if I were to spend time working on YouTube and also making fun videos on YouTube and working for TikTok and other socials, it's more likely that we'll have more response. Consistency in this economy. Exactly. So that's something I want to focus on more. I have, believe it or not, I have done some editing via streams and stuff, but there's a lot to work through. I'd love to edit through all of my previous streams. I have them, believe it or not, all documented. Honestly, I have them all documented. I just need to sit and spend the hours regularly working and making that stuff. So Lydia, consistency is difficult, but Lydia is the queen of consistency. Are you kidding me? Lydia makes all the TikToks for the paper dungeon. She makes memes for Instagram. She runs the Instagram account. Lydia blows my mind, and she finds time to like make work, or like make work. What? To do art and stuff on the Discord. Lydia blows my mind. Without Lydia, the paper dungeon would not work. Full stop. Yeah, the goat Lydia. Honestly. So I'd love to take off after Lydia and just work my way to doing more media focused stuff, which might mean this is the tough part, because I want to balance streaming and making my stuff more available for a broader amount of people via editing. And so I would like to spend a lot more time accruing my content and making shedding off a lot of the longer bits for the better bits for people than streaming, because one, I want to keep up with my streams and how I edit, and two, I just think it's a better use of my time if we were to consider how to get this thing off the ground. So those are my thoughts behind editing. So we'll probably see a little bit less streams, and I'll be spending a lot of time behind the scenes making the stuff available. So that's step number one. That's something that I could do now, that I have done a bit, that we're going to be doing a whole lot more of now. 2 is stream just chatting, which is obvious. I don't have the hardware, as pretty much everybody knows, to do games or a lot of fun, interesting things like that. I'm still figuring out a lot of quirks that my computer has. But right now what we can do is stream just chatting, which I'm doing now. This is something that thanks to starting without being able to play games, I don't think I ever want to get done streaming just chatting. I never want to. Of course, we'll be streaming Minecraft regularly. That'll be like the main thing for a while. But what I really want to do is have designated streams for just chatting. I never ever want to get rid of that, because there's too much wrapped into this whole like experience we've created that I would feel so sad to just like throw it away. You know what I mean? I just couldn't ever do that. So we will not get rid of just chatting. That's something we'll do now and we'll continue doing forever, I think. The balancing act of everything is such a dangerous dance. Like, you want to do everything, but at the same time, you don't want to do too much and burn yourself out. It's a lovely time. So true. That's the tough part. And that's something that I've really been trying to figure out since I moved, which is part of the reason why I haven't streamed as much. I'm trying to really figure out kind of the cycle of my life. But now that's getting better, I want to stream more. That's just the truth of it. Hello, it's Guerin. Guerin, am I saying that right? Let me know if I'm not. How is your day? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Today I'm spilling all my secrets about how I think about this stream and what I want to do with it. It's a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie, but I think it's a neat thing to talk about. So the next thing is hydrate. Thank you, Maz. You can say Gwen. Yeah, that's great. Gwen, if it's easier. I'm fine. All right, Gwen, welcome to chat. I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad you're fine. Thank you for the hydrate, Maz. Number 3 is join SMPU and others streaming. So this one is kind of a broad just statement. There is an SMP that I am very, very blessed to be a part of. Follow SMP maybe someday. Honestly, maybe someday. I have no plans now, but it could happen. I'm super blessed to be a part of an SMP ran by a streamer that goes by Iggy. They're fantastic. Plu, if you're here, I'd love if you'd drop a link maybe? No, well, you're a mod, so you probably can. Yeah, if you could drop a link or just Iggy's name. I can't remember exactly how Iggy's name is spelled, like via on Twitch, which is so goofy. But if you could do that, that'd be super nice. Thanks, Plu. Man, it's a lot of fantastic, very kind people, and I'm just very blessed to be welcomed there. And I don't even really stream Minecraft yet, so I know the kind of kindness that it takes to just kind of let somebody on. And so that's very, very kind of him to invite me and all of them there. What's SMP? Plu, please say what an SMP is. What does SMP stand for? I'm still an old man. Yes, Froggy Drift. That's what it is. Gosh, why can't I remember that? Yeah, go give Iggy a follow. They're super fun. Their whole thing is frogs, if you're into that. And still waiting for you to post yourself singing a song of yours or a duo with Philo Sis. One day, we've talked about like our fake band that we're gonna create, and one day we want to have a stream where we just play a bunch of scuffed songs for you guys. But anyways, Froggy Drift, awesome. Super thankful for them letting me on. And I really still want to be survival multiplayer server. That's what it is. It's where you have a bunch of friends playing in the same world as you. Yes, I can never remember what it stands for. Survival multiplayer server. It's basically a thing online that's always up that you can join, that other people can join, that you can play together. I listen to the Hive Mind and shall follow, yes. And so what I want to do is I still want to be involved. Like, I still want to work on things and treat the server like I have stuff to offer, even though I can't really stream it yet. And so I'd love to be on while other people are on. And not only that, but also playing games with other people. Part of the thinking behind this is with our community, there's two things. One is that we can still, despite not being able to play games on this stream, we can still take our audience and take it to other people's streams. Like if I'm playing with, let's say, Mickey here, who I think is an awesome streamer. If I'm playing with Mickey and I'm on his channel playing, I can like make an announcement in Discord and take my community, and we can all go to his stream and watch it if people are there to support me. And then that is super mutually beneficial because the people there get used to me and the people here get affiliated with them. And maybe, hopefully, they gain some follows, some support. I think that is a really cool thing. So I would love to do that more. And so whether it be an SMP or an opportunity to play with people, I don't want the fact that I can't do it on my stream to keep me from contributing to other people in this space. Sugar. My cat's meowing at me. I'm going to. Okay, Sugar. I'm gonna finish my thought and then I'll check on you. Make sure you have food and stuff. A cat. Yeah. You want to see her? Hopefully she lets me pick her up. No, she won't. She walked away. Earlier in the video, I fed her treats. You can see her like come up and put her little paws on my chair. It's really cute. I'd suggest going back and seeing that after stream. Yeah, that's something I can do now while I'm here at this phase. And I really want to still help and contribute to other people's communities. That's something I really care about and I never want to lose. So yeah, that's something I also want to do too. Even though we can't stream here. The next ones are pretty fun. Let me check on my cat real quick. I'm gonna have to limp over there because of my sprained ankle, but we can make this happen. BRB. Hey, while I'm checking on my cat, go ahead and talk about cats. Are you a cat person? Are you a dog person? Are you a farmer that cares more about like farm animals? Do you like reptiles? Tell me about pets. I'll BRB. My cat's okay. I got her a little more food. I think she wanted some more food. What do you guys think about pets? Let me see. Gosh, you guys said quite a bit. Cats. Yes, cats. I'm a cat person for sure. I mean, I love dogs too, but cats, man. My sister's cat is evil. Not in the cool way. Three classes. Cat, dog, and farmer. Yes. I love cats, although I am more of a dog person, but being chill with cats is a mood, isn't it? Sometimes we vibe, other times he plots destruction. Cats are always plotting destruction, except for the really nice ones, I guess. A Shiba dog. Cute. Cats are wild cards. It's so true. Like, cats are, like, aren't even a spectrum. They're just either they love you or they just hate everything. Dog person. I've worked at puppy adoption place, dog daycare. I think I remember you talking about that. Welcome back. Thank you. and some just invade one's house and refuse to leave until you find them sleeping in your car's engine. Dude, that scares me. Like being at farmhouses and like cats like being around cars, scary. My cat last night just took over my whole bed. Like I was literally against the wall and she was in the middle. This has not happened in so long, but she's been like hanging out around me more, maybe because I've been giving her treats, I guess. And dude, I don't know what to do. Like sometimes I'll move enough to make her get out of my bed, which I don't know if that sounds mean, but sometimes you just gotta sleep, man. Oh man. Yeah, I was hanging out with Aaron today, who's on the paper dungeon. He's one of my best friends. And he said today that he heard the relationship with cats explained this way once. He said that cats are helpless little fluff balls that rely on you to survive. However, despite that, they still think that they are in charge of you. And he said, if that is not the cutest concept ever to you, then then I just don't know what to say. It's an adorable thought. It's so funny to me that they rely on you and they're like whining at you to get them stuff, but then they also rule the world. It's amazing. So anyways, enough about cats. Moving on. Side note, I'm gonna make it so the chat stays forever. And also I'll try to get the text bigger for you guys. That's something that you can look out for next stream, I hope. So yeah, that's to recap. One of them's editing stuff. This is the step-by-step thing. Editing stuff, streaming, just chatting, hanging out with people, like on other streams if I can. Moving on to farmer. No. Maybe later. We can talk about farmer animals someday. The next few, I'd say, are pretty exciting. They're more like prep stuff that I can do now for later. The first one is I want to commission Minecraft skins. I'm not going to say who yet or what exactly yet, but like when I start playing Minecraft, I want to be stacked. I want to have like the different skins for the different like events, I guess. Like all of the basic ones, you know, like business and then just normal and then maybe like, I don't know, summer. Gosh, I don't know. Whatever else that I can think of. I'd love to have a number of skins that I can just kind of swap out. I think that's going to be super fun. The next one is prepping a merch portal. Yes, you heard me right. A merch portal. I'm not expecting anybody to get merch at this phase. I'm still very small, but just having it set up, you know, when I can start playing Minecraft, I think would just be really cool. I think it'd be a blast. Because then like when I start playing, I think I could also drop the store, and I think that would be a great, someone say merch? Yeah, I think that'd be a great fun thing, right? Like, woo, Minecraft. Also, if you want a shirt, like, that to me is just so fun. And I do also want to have some like skins that reflect the merch I have, so that people can kind of dress like my Minecraft character, if that makes sense. I think that'd be a lot of fun. That's all just thoughts though. You know, that's another thing that I'll be working on before I can actually play and like stream with Minecraft and whatnot. Clothes that I can wear. Crazy, exactly. The next thing, save money and purchase a PC. That's the first upgrade. Like just being able to stream games. That's just what I want to do. It's particularly Minecraft. Duh. This is not new information. So right now I'm saving money pretty intentionally to work towards that goal. And all of the money that stream has accrued thus far, I've tracked. And so that money is also going towards the PC. And so one day, once I've made enough and I get the PC and stuff, we can have a flippin' great setup that I can play games on. And that is honestly my goal right now. So all the stuff prior to this is like stuff I can do until then. And then the next one, dude, I'm having so much trouble building a computer. It's a pain. It is Spain without the S. Yes. Exactly. I'm not building my own though. I will be getting a pre-built, but it's going to be a quality one. Don't you worry. I'm doing my research. I have computer friends who are sharing everything with me that I need to know. It'll be great because then I can just like swap things out later on if I need to. PC part costs are projected to go down in August, September. That's good news. I would hope that that's around the time when I'll be able to do it. If PC parts go down, because right now it costs more to build than it is to buy pre-built, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. At least that's what I've heard. So there's a few, variables that go around to it, but I just want to get a good, solid pre-built PC that I can work with, and maybe upgrade later. That's the thinking, anyways. So that's the current goal, and again, this is something I promised early on. All of the money that's generated via philogrant is being tracked and put towards a PC, because that will specifically help the upgrade of this stream. And then other upgrades, of course, eventually, which I don't have on the list, but are still on my mind. Like, the next one would probably be camera, because right now, the webcam I have, for some reason, is just inevitably fuzzy on my Mac. I don't know why. We used it for the paper dungeon in person, like a couple episodes that were in person, and it looked great. I think it might be a Mac thing. I've tried troubleshooting. The problem is one of the softwares I used to use with it no longer works with the camera after I upgrade it or installed the next update on Mac. Like the Mac update didn't really work with the software, so now it's a little bit fuzzy, which is just going to be inevitable. And so I'd love for that to be the next thing after PC and so on and so forth. But of course, that is way down the road. That is so far beyond my price point. And again, like the philogrant money, all of that is going towards this, but that to me is just, that's nice to have. That's like a bonus. It'll still be personal investment. Like I'm putting aside parts of my paychecks for these things, which I think I want to do, and I think it'll be really awesome once it happens. So that's what I'm working towards, really. And then the next thing, once it happens, we'll be able to stream Minecraft. The block game itself will be able to stream. And guys, that day is gonna be just a wacky and wild stream, let me tell you. I can't wait. Oh man. So stream Minecraft. I would love to get involved in SMPs. And when I say that, like SMPs and other things, I'm fully planning on committing to YouTube too. Like I want to take streams and shorten them. I want to make my own YouTube videos and stuff like that. All that good stuff. And then the next thing after that is hire an editor someday that can help me manage all the side stuff. That's the plan. That's the game plan, guys. That's the strategy. That's all my thoughts behind how this thing will work. I do have a side note, something that I learned literally today. I think this is just rumors. I have a capture card, and I also have an external hard drive, and I've never really connected those two before, but I just realized that if it's not too much work on my computer, I might be able to record Minecraft videos for YouTube, which I think would just be so fun. Inside Stream Ball with philogrant. What is Stream Ball? What is that? What is a Stream Ball? Gosh, I'm such an old man. With philogrant. Does everybody know what that is besides me? Gosh, I always feel like an old guy with chat. I'm not even that old. I just am so... I'm so bad at the lingo all the time. I don't know what it is. What I need is a cheat sheet of all of the, like, common words. Play on words with inside baseball. I got you. That did not register in my head. That is so funny. Exactly. So that is my thoughts behind the game plan. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Flipping recording and editing like videos for YouTube. I think I can actually do that, and I think that would be fun. Having people on the channel, um, uh, who knows what else? I just think that'd be a great way to at least get in the like game space before I actually can on stream. That just sounds fun, and I think that would just be a good time for everyone. So that's something I hope to do too, coming up soon. If it works, I haven't tested it. I don't know if my computer can do it or not, but I'd imagine it can, since most of the capture processing happens externally. That's the goal. That's the goal. So guys, we're not even through all of it. That was the step-by-step plan I have. That was full transparency. That's in my mind how this thing is gonna go. The next category is a little bit more intimidating to me to share. It's nothing bad at all. I actually found this like exercise a little bit therapeutic even, and I think this would be a good thing for probably really any streamer to try to do. And all it was I put down a very simple question. It's just, why am I streaming philogrant? Question mark. And the goal here was to just be honest. Like, think through the reasons behind what I'm doing. And be honest with myself. Like, if there are things that I feel gravitated towards as a reason, I wanted to write it down and maybe share some thoughts as to why I think that's something, that's why it's on the list. You know what I mean? And so I'm going to read this page. It has different bullet points. You can't really see it all that well, but you can. It has different bullet points, and I'm reading the reasons behind why I'm streaming philogrant. And to me, this is really important to do, because one, it helps me feel more confident about really going for it, because it's a little bit of a scary and vulnerable theme thing to start a stream. You're putting yourself out there for rejection. You're also putting yourself out there as, you know, one of the streamers out of the thousands, or tens, maybe hundreds of thousands. It's just very intimidating. And I think every new streamer kind of feels this way. And so what this does is it kind of makes it more personal, and it makes you consider why you are doing it, what drives you outside of the Twitch space. Like, what is something that makes you want to stream, forgetting all of the other stuff, really. And so this was just a really interesting exercise to do. And so I'm going to read for you guys what I have. It's all pretty obvious stuff, but I still thought I'd share this. And this is... I feel a little nervous talking about like all of this, because it feels like off-stream stuff, but I would love to share this with you guys and see it later on. So here it goes. Why am I streaming philogrant? Says at the top. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 basic reasons that I wrote down. The first one is the longest. Number 1, and these aren't ordered in any particular order. I just wrote them as they popped in my head. 1, the original purpose of philogrant on stream is to provide a place where people feel welcome, which I think is a very valuable and noble cause. That you can go back and see my first streams, and 1, you can see I'm nervous and that I'm not as comfortable in front of a camera. 2, you can see that I'm really trying to drive home the idea of family, which is the whole concept behind the name philogrant. Somebody can drop the command in chat if you'd like. And I really want to provide a space where people can go, where they feel welcomed, like they have friends and they have family. A lot of people just don't have that nowadays, and providing a space where that's possible, I think is valuable, even if it's on a small scale. You know, thank you, Maz. So that's the first thing, but there's more to this thought. However, If I were to say that it's my only cause, I would be deceiving myself and my audience. Does having other personal goals taint my integrity? I don't think so, unless those goals are met by harmful means and or taking advantage of others. Personal goals can be great strengths, working to make the noble goals possible. This is something that's just an interesting phenomena, I think, with probably any creator out there, is there are really positive, extremely inclusive goals that come with something like this. But at the same time, it is also a business of sorts. You're offering something, and people are uh, they are exposed to that thing, and they often want to give in return, and that's basically what businesses do. The word business is kind of a scary word, but it doesn't have to be. All that means is that you see it for the potential it is, for what it is, and like what's happening. It feels a little bit less feely and like emotional to think that way, but that's totally a part of what you're doing. And I think the point that I'm trying to make here for myself is that personal goals in a more businessy thought sense contribute to actually achieving the noble things too, like wanting to cause a space that people want to be. If I wasn't too concerned about numbers, not saying that that's, better or worse by any means, because some people really don't care about numbers, and honestly, I really admire them for that. But if I didn't quite care about building numbers, then I wouldn't be able to offer to as many people a safe space. You know what I mean? In exchange, yeah, basically what I mean, it's like it's kind of like it's not like this exactly, but think of like Netflix. Like you pay a little bit and then you see the things that Netflix has to offer. Twitch is kind of a reverse way, which I think is a really beautiful thing, which is more like, here's something that I'm offering for free because I love it and I want you to be able to have this. If you'd like to support it, here are ways to do it. So in that way, it's like people make a living off of it. Like people do it and obviously they live off of it. And so in that way, it's kind of like an exchange. And in their own personal sense, it's their business. It's how they make their living. And one day I think it'd be really cool to walk down that road. I don't know if I ever will, and I'm okay if I never do. But the whole purpose of this tough thought is that I want to come to terms with it. And be able to see it honestly and share that honestly with people. So the place where I've kind of fallen is that personal goals, like whether it be, followers or anything like that in that kind of area, are just tools that you can use to help carry your more inclusive goals, like having a place for people to be. It can help carry those farther and help you be more productive and challenge you. And so that's what I'm going to get at in these next points. The next one, philogrant will bring traffic to my personal channel, which causes a chance of influence to a demographic that I otherwise wouldn't reach. This to me is pretty important too. One thing that I want to do on my personal channel is, as I said earlier today, even explore more of the more personal and adept topics, I guess. Like I want to think more about I want to think about productivity, and I want to think about what makes life better, and what makes life worth living, and productive work. I want to share about more personal experiences that have shaped my life and how I see things. I want to learn about other cultures and other people, how they think, what they do. Maybe learning about disorders and other areas that I might not be entirely versed on. Being able to have people on the channel and learn about those things, that's something I really want to do. And one thing that I think philogrant will help is it'll help offer more challenging topics to people, and especially younger people who would benefit from those more challenging topics, who might not otherwise be exposed to that side of things. That to me, I think, is a really neat bonus, I guess, and a goal of mine. I'd love to I'd love to bring value to people's lives via entertainment with philogrant. I'd also really like to bring up good, important questions and thoughts that will help benefit people in the long run. And so that's something that I'm going to save for my personal channel in case people aren't really interested in that. But in my mind, that just offers a greater chance for people to go there and see that stuff. And maybe a few people's lives would be a little bit better because of that. And that to me is a worthwhile pursuit. Next, philogrant will make money as it goes, which will contribute to other projects, making them possible, and including my live streams. This is just honest. I am not in this just to make money, obviously. There's a whole lot of others going around this. But one of the positive things is that it does generate money too, which doesn't mean I'm just going to take the money and run with it. But it does mean that it'll create more opportunities with philogrant, with audience stuff, with other projects that I have. Things like wanting to live abroad and learn about other cultures. This in a small way can help with that. And I think that's a really good thing to think about and be honest about, you know? I don't want to pretend like I completely disregard money on philogrant, because that's just not honest. I always want to be honest with you guys. And so that is just a good positive thing too about this whole deal. Personal drive is a good thing to have. You want success, and that coincides with the original goal of offering a safe place. If the success breeds more good in the world, then I see nothing wrong with striving for more. That is such a good way to put it. Man, I could not come up with those words on the spot, but that was a great way to do it. Success breeds more good in the world. If that is the case, like with your personal drive, then that is a positive pursuit. I think that's so true. I'm sure you guys can think of a lot of examples of people who have worked really hard to get where they are, but they have helped you. And that's kind of the thought. It's like, I don't want to miss out on impacting more people, by being shy about goals. Great, well put. So, that was that one. Money's cool. The next one is philogrant will bring more numbers to my other projects, socials, and the paper dungeon, which will benefit my friends' careers. So this is similar to the last one, but it is different. By numbers growing, one of the positive parts about that is it gives us as a unit, philogrant as the community, it gives us a greater chance to impact other people's lives on the space. If we grow, then by us doing something with another creator that's a friend of mine, or by us raiding somebody, or by even indirectly, like me being on the paper dungeon, having people from philogrant go to the paper dungeon benefits the other people, my friends, my close lifelong friends that are on the paper dungeon. It helps benefit their lives by bringing people to their stuff that people might be interested in. And that is something that I think is really important. Like, wanting to be able to bring more life to my friends' channels down the road. My friends in this space, I think, is really cool. And it'll provide a chance for more people to be exposed to something they might like in my audience. That to me is just a big win. Like, it's like a win-win-win for everybody. If I have the chance to, let's say, Plu. I'm going to talk a little bit about like people on the next page. I'm going to talk about some things that I've contributed to where I am and like what I want to do. I'm super blessed to know Plu, because Plu is somebody who knows a lot of people because they're very ambitious and caring and hardworking, and I'd love to be able to give back to those kinds of people too someday, and be able to have the opportunity to share how good things are with people I care about, I guess. And that is something that I think can help come. Yeah, that's something that I think can help come with numbers. Right now, I am not embarrassed by any means or saddened by being the size I am. In fact, I'm shocked that we even have the number of people in chat right now. It's mind-blowing to me that we've made it where we are with what's happened. Like with how much we've done, I guess. I mean, for the volume of stuff we've done, the amount of people that are here blows my mind. And people like Plu and others are to thank for that. And one day I'd love to be able to have a similar amount of influence to people who are trying to grow or to other friends who are in the space. That to me is just a very, very positive thing. Another one, gosh, I will meet so many people and have so many new experiences thanks to philogrant. This is something that's already happened. Everybody in chat right now, chatters and also streamers, people so far like Plu, like Ghost, like Maz, like Wander, like Mickey, like Nlif, like everybody in chat currently. I'm not gonna name everybody, but also other streamers I know, like Iggy. Did I say Lemon Emmy? Just a lot of Olive Sleepy, like just a lot of very cool people that are very ambitious and creative. Like, I just feel so thankful for that. Not only that, but also the experiences down the road. Could you imagine a Philo meetup? Like if I was at a TwitchCon at a booth or something, could you imagine? Grant, we both know I'm not creative. Yeah, but you're here, buddy. You're getting included in the list no matter what you say. Could you imagine like going to a TwitchCon and having a booth? That sounds like a blast. Getting to be able to meet you guys and gosh, and maybe meetups with other streamers, vlogs. Those things really excite me, man. And that is just a huge pro. Of course, it doesn't happen right away. It'll take so much work, but that to me is another reason to do this. It's so rewarding. The next one. Philogrant will push me to develop new skills and disciplines that are challenging to obtain. That is just true. Maybe buying the mask that my PNG tuber has for IRL vlogs. Do it! Yo! That's such a good idea, actually. IRL vlogs, man. Those... One day. But yeah, the skills and disciplines. Man, one of the disciplines is literally even just having the strength to sit and do something regularly. Like editing or streaming. It forces me to develop skills with people live that I wouldn't otherwise be acquiring. I've already learned so much from when we started. I can already feel a difference and see a difference in like how streams are run and stuff like that. And that is something that's really valuable to me. Things like editing and maybe like little things like how to make thumbnails. Those are things that I might not otherwise really learn, but I have the chance to learn with philogrant. That's something really valuable too. The next and last thing is philogrant will help people through hard times. Simple as that. Just working hard and making things for people to enjoy while life is not being very friendly to them is, I think, to probably everybody here to an extent, a meaningful thing. In the next page, I talk a bit about like inspirations to me in this space, and being able to, in a small way, offer a similar level of, I guess, comfort and help is really, it's just, I don't have words for it. It's like, it's just mind-boggling to me that that is possible, you know? And that's something I want to do. I think that's just a really good thing overall. Just being able to help people in general in a small way, man. So after writing about like why I want to do philogrant, it one helps me come to terms with some questions and contrasting feelings and thoughts that I have. And two, it helps me really be able to, I guess, nozzle like reasons and give me drive and motivation to do it. For anybody who wants to do things, I think it's a great question to ask, man. So that's that. It was intimidating to talk about that stuff, some of it on stream, because I know when it comes to money and when it comes to things like numbers, it's not a very comfortable thing to talk about, because there's a lot of contrasting feelings and thoughts on the topic. But I really want from day one to establish a kind of integrity with you guys, that you guys can trust that I am telling the truth about things and sharing how I feel. That's just something really important on the space nowadays. And so I want to get ahead of the curve and do it, you know, before any of this stuff really happens. Because I care about it, and I care about you guys. And I want this to be a good, safe place where people trust each other and me, all that good stuff. So now that all that's been said, the next page, which is shouldn't take as long, but is I think equally as important to me, is my checklist for today's stream. I've already done most of it. You know, what's new in Grant's life? Give Sugar a treat. Share philogrant strategy. Share why I am streaming philogrant. And then the next 4 ones are more statements that I want to elaborate on. But every time I make a little checklist like this for every stream now. I used to never go with this checklist, which you could probably tell from early streams. They were a blast. But now, oh yeah, and then once I tried an ordered list, and that just didn't work well. And so what I've settled on, which I suggest streamers do if they do this kind of style of stream, is just to make a simple checklist where you don't have to go in any particular order. These are just things you want to talk about or touch on or do while you're on stream. It's helped me a ton. Just be able to create an interesting stream and not forget things I want to do. It also helps you prepare, like if you need items or if you need to buy anything in particular, you can make a list at the bottom, like what to have before you start stream, all that cool stuff. It's something cool to do. But the next 4 items on this list are things that I wrote down so that I could talk about them, which I usually don't do, but I didn't want to forget these things. So here we go. Here we go to conclude Grant's secrets, I guess. One of them. The first one is I have been so lucky, with an exclamation point. I've been so lucky. I am so thankful again for just the chain of events that have happened. People I've met, communities I've run into, things that I've done that I wouldn't have otherwise done if it weren't for surrounding events, have all just kind of helped bring this kind of care for and drive behind streaming. And also the audience we have now today, you guys. I just am floored by how blessed I've been to have all this stuff. And it doesn't seem like much, but it's a lot from nothing. The more obvious ones is just stumbling across Jordan's community in general. Skylord Jordan was a big influence because, one, it helped me see the value and want to stream more. 2, the community is fantastic. So I've got to meet so many people, and over time, it's been over a year since I've discovered his community. And since then, like, I've met so many cool people. I've had a lot of like fun, memorable occasions on like SMPs. And he's just been very kind. He's raided before, and he's not like small. Like, that was really helpful. I got to meet people like Plu and Ghost and a number of others from Jordan's that I can't even remember who's all from Jordan's anymore, but quite a few. And all of that stuff is just, I don't know. Like, I don't want to forget that I have gained what I have a lot because of the luck in just getting to know people, I guess. And having the drive to stream in general. It's just come from a lot of the people I've seen and run into and talked to. So that's really meaningful to me. I always want to keep that in mind, you know. I also think about the Paper Dungeon. Man, the Paper Dungeon cast are like my best friends. And the fact that I even met them, and they wanted to, alongside with me and others in the cast, of course, that as a group we decided to do this thing that's just long term and hard and all that stuff. Hi pickles. uh all of that stuff, just the fact that I've met this Paper Dungeon cast and that we've decided to do what we've done, and that they've all worked so hard and been invested in this thing, and now we're seeing growth. We're seeing like good growth, and we have so much fun talking about it in the Discord. That to me is like, what a strike of luck, man. Like, I have hit gold in my head. It just blows my mind. And yeah, it takes a lot of work, but it's work worth doing. You know what I mean? Ah, gosh. So that's the first thing. In the fact that I started watching Philza on YouTube, that got me into the Minecraft scene and media in general. Yes, Philza. Like, things like that, man. Things that you might never otherwise think about have seriously influenced where you are. The fact that I was born here at this time to be able to do this stuff, like stuff that I have no control over, have helped contribute to where I am. Man, forever be thankful for that. So thank you everybody that I've mentioned, man. The next thing, all these are kind of related. This is a lot of fun. Fills of Minecraft, woo! The next one, I am inspired! Exclamation point. I am inspired, guys. I've been inspired for so long, but especially recently, there are just so many inspiring creators out there, and inspiring friends like the Paper Dungeon cast, Plu, Ghost, etc. These people who want to do this thing. It's inspiring, but I want to list a few people that actually like genuinely inspire me. Again, this is a little vulnerable, like it's kind of feely for me. A few, they kind of are in different categories in my mind, I guess. Inspired, yes. A few of them is Tommy Innit, Wilbur Soot, and Technoblade. Those three in particular really impress me. And here's why. All three of them, despite their size or maybe their insecurities at the time, while they are small, they're so ambitious with what they do. Like, Tommy just taking risks left and right and like playing a very convincing character and like making things happen at 16. Like, I really admire that. Like, he goes out of his way to do it. Wilbur, who's brilliant, first of all. Yeah, he went for it. Wilbur, who's brilliant and humble and kind in his interviews and honest, he also went for it and just did things. It didn't matter what his size was. It didn't matter how he felt about other creators at the time, if he thought he was out of their league. He just made things happen. Things like Earth SMP, obviously, which is one of the things that helped everybody along. That was one of the like kickstarters of a lot of people's careers. Lemanberg, never forget. Like, stuff like that, Wilbur just really went for. And then Technoblade, who, despite his small size starting out, would make bold claims like, we're gonna hit 10 million subs, and he ground and he kept going and he thought he'd get there, and now he's battling cancer and he's still doing it, and he's met 10 million subs. Like, those kinds of stories of people who work so hard, of people who are just creative. Hola from Espanol, do you, I'm not sure what that means. I don't know if that's appropriate either. I'm not gonna say that. Hey, Plu, do me a favor. Google Translate that. I'd prefer Spanish, but Google Translate that and then do what you gotta do. First time chats, what is up with all these first time chatters? Hey, Naren, have you killed that dragon in Elden Ring? I actually haven't played Elden Ring. I've watched a lot of people play Elden Ring, but I haven't played it yet. Ayo from Empire Palace. Thanks, Plu. Do what you gotta do. I trust you. Welcome. I'm sharing my secrets right now. I thought I heard a sound. I'm sharing my secrets right now. Do you know the dragon, though? I mean, aren't there like a million dragons? Or like the big dark dragon at the end? I've seen some play the guitar. Another stream, maybe. Today we're sharing secrets, though. The dragon. I don't know, man. Uh, but yeah, just to catch you guys up, it was gross. I'm so sorry you had to see that. Froggy Drift, welcome. Welcome. Iggy, I shouted you out earlier. The dragon. I'm so sorry. One day I'll play it. Yeah, right now I'm just talking about people who inspire me while I share my secrets of thinking behind why I'm streaming and all that jazz. You walked into a very interesting stream, Froggy. Glad you're here. You're looking as froggy as ever. I was just talking about how Tommy, Wilbur, and Technoblade, all are very inspiring to me because I actually don't. I don't smoke weed. I have a lot of friends do, though. All three of those really make it happen and kind of beat the odds. And they've all been very inspiring to me because they're so ambitious and creative. And I love that. But I'm moving on. The next one I want to talk about that's inspiring to me is Tubbo. So Tubbo, I don't know a lot about Tubbo. But from the things I've noticed with Tubbo is that he is, in a different way, he goes for it. Like, Tubbo jumps into character so wholeheartedly, and that to me is also inspiring. Like, he just does what he needs to do, and I'm always impressed by it. There's like no reservations. It's like, it's all great. And then the next one, of course, Tubbo is great, hilarious, and just not afraid to do stuff. The next one, thanks Plu. Everybody spam if you got them. Plu emotes. Is that like specifically a mod emote? Because I would not be surprised if you had a mod emote Plu. I would not be one bit surprised. The next one, of course, is Philza, who's inspiring to me a lot because, first of all, he man, of course, 5 years hardcore. Not a lot of people. You guys know the story. Amazing. But from watching Philza on YouTube, that's what got me really over to watching Twitch and being in the Minecraft scene. And that, to me, I'm like grateful for. And that's just inspiring. I just think that's neat. So that's the next thing. I'm inspired. I've been lucky. I'm inspired. The next one, I have a lot to learn. Bear with me. That is the next one. Man, I have not been streaming long, as you guys know. And I've already learned a lot with how to run a stream, how to do these things. I'm still learning lingo, as you guys can tell. And I think as we go, I really enjoy that process, though. Like, again, like I mentioned earlier, if you look at the first stream I had, man, you can just see like the nerves and how everywhere it is, and I wasn't calm at all, and those things aren't bad. But I love being able to see the very clear improvements that have been made. And that's something that I'm excited about, that we all kind of, in a way, are involved in. Is like seeing how the stream changes and improves. And that's something I'm really excited about. Being able to learn just the craft, I guess. Like, pun intended. The next and last thing. Boy, oh boy. This next thing just makes me nervous, man. It's like embarrassing to say, but today's about honesty and about secrets. You can see I've gone red. So I think it's important to think about dreams that you have in what you're doing. I don't think it's healthy to super obsess over them to the point where it starts degrading like your everyday practice. Like, if I have a dream to be a millionaire, which isn't one of my dreams particularly, but if I have a dream to be a millionaire and every day I'm thinking about how far away I am from that, like, that can be negative, you know? And so I think it's important to have goals that are reachable, that are doable, that are measurable, all those good things. But I think dreams play a part in like helping you think about what's possible. You know what I mean? It helps. It helps have fun with it, I guess. Or a bit, I guess. It helps you. Oh, it helps you have fun in the adventure, and one day maybe looking back and all that stuff. So I think one day, um, if we work really hard and we are creative and consistent, if that happens, I think one day we could make an appearance on the Dream SMP. Gosh, I hope I don't sound like an arrogant butt right now. I know how otherworldly that is. Like, the number of hardworking streamers that would love to be there that aren't there because of how challenging it is. I get it. Um, too wholesome for the SMP? Either that or the equivalent at the time. That would be wild, but it's never impossible. Exactly, that's my point. Is it doesn't have to be that. You know, it could be anything. I want to think about, like, eventually I might not even be streaming Minecraft. Who knows what my future looks like, or if Minecraft will be the thing I'm always doing. Maybe, you know, it's no longer around and there's a different equivalent. There's a lot of different variables. Having to know people, who knows? Who knows, man? But as of now, in this spot where we are, before a lot of the growth happens, I think it's worth saying out loud that that would be really cool. Even if it's not forever, just making an appearance in general, to me, would be like really neat. And I think every streamer in the Minecraft category would probably agree. Dream SMP is lacking these days, but having the goals to work with those bigger creators is valid. Exactly, and that's my point. It doesn't have to be that. It could be the equivalent, but since that's the thing now, that's kind of the thought. It doesn't even have to be with those exact people. Just thinking those lofty things, I think, can play a very positive thought or a role in like the drive in doing this. And I would really like us as a community to be able to look back at stuff like this. And going back to the people who inspire me, people like Tommy and Wilbur and Techno and all of the others who have worked so hard for so long, they accrued that kind of space by working hard and being consistent. And that is really the heart behind this, is like being able to understand that hard work and creativity has reward, and wanting to step into that. Man, I see people who I'm acquaintances with on Twitch, like Froggy Drift, man, Iggy, making a SMP, and Plu and Ghost and Maz and Wander and other streamers who are in there trying to make stuff happen, man. That's where it starts. That's the beginning. It's always been there, you know? And to recognize that we're at the beginning, but there's a whole lot more ahead of us. That's the heart behind that. So I hope I don't sound like arrogant saying that, but I think it's good to have those dreams. Maz, you're absolutely a part of this little streamer group, and anybody else in here is trying to stream. Yeah, I think I missed a couple messages. Let me go back real quick. Fellow, you are too wholesome for the Dream SMP. So that makes me laugh. One thing, like, things like I don't cuss, and I'll probably stay away from like adult topics on stream and stuff, but I don't have any reservations about streaming with people who do. Like, that to me just adds flavor to the whole thing. So you can expect me collaborating with people despite our differences and like how we run the stream and stuff. Nothing too crazy though. Gosh, don't get me wrong. You need to make your own competitor for the Dream SMP? What do you mean? Minecraft 2. Just develop a whole game that... Oh, wait, are you saying start my own SMP that's competitor? Man, I don't think so. Starting my own SMP is out of mind right now. That would be way down the road. Right now, I'm just super happy with what I've got, man. Ambition is always the first step to success. Um, yeah, so guys, those are my secrets. And honestly, I was a little bit nervous to share all that. Um, because a lot of it, like I said, is like vulnerable and a little embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie, like the fact that I think about being on the Dream SMP is a little embarrassing. Um, but I think it's probably something that a lot of streamers have in common. Um, and so all the things I talked about today, like my strategy from here on out, how money works, why I stream, and the things I hope to accomplish, and the things people who inspire me, how lucky I've been to meet people, all of that stuff, in my eyes, are just very important things that I wanted to share with you guys, with my community. And that includes everybody in the future who will see this on YouTube, or who might look back because maybe some crazy event happened on stream and they just want to know where we come from, how this all started. Any of those things, I wanted to have a stream where I share that all. And it felt like no better time but now, where I'm kind of kicking it off again. It's almost my birthday. It's almost been a year. It just all lined up. So one last big old thank you to everybody I've met. Man, to all the people who have stuck around. All the people who are like on board, who are Philo fam, who want to see this thing go. Man, you guys, you guys are the things making this possible. I'm excited to see where we go. Straight up. I think so much is possible. Let's do it, guys. Wow. Yeah. When is your birthday? I just have to erase this list real quick. Six days. March 18th. I'm gonna be 22. Yeah. I'm gonna be an old man. Yeah. So that's happening. Yeah. We have really close birthdays. So many people are born in March, I feel. And we're all the same age. Yo. 6 days till Megapog? Yeah. So that's, my birthday. 6 days. March 18th. Fully expect a birthday stream. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I don't have really plans for my birthday. Other than streaming. Oh, gosh. It probably won't happen. But, it could. There might be a 12-hour stream. But, whoa, hold on, guys. That's a solid maybe. Happy birthday, stream Big Pogs. Yes, when planned for you, my birthday is flying home for spring break. Woo! For your birthday, yes. So don't stream while I'm in there. I got you. Well, maybe 12. It might be 12 hours. We'll see. I don't know yet. Chill. I do want to say though that if you go to my about section and scroll all the way down, I have now added a P.O. box to my about section. I actually had to get it for a blog that I do so that I could so it could send via email. I needed like an address and I didn't want it to be my address, so I made a P.O. box. So if anybody wants to send me anything, like a note or anything else, you can go to my P.O. box and send me anything. I'll probably open them via video, probably not live, because you never know what people would send you, and that is scary as freak. But I'll probably make videos of like opening fan mail or whatever, if that ever happens. You guys are so funny. Another thing I might do, Also, Mickey, I see your message. I'm gonna go back and get to that real quick. But another thing I want to do is I'll probably get an Amazon wish list of small pieces of tech, ranging from inexpensive to maybe a few higher ones if anybody wants to like help me out in that way. So I probably will have that available later this week, if that's something that people are interested in for birthday. But I'm really not expecting anything. Um, but yeah, literally, guys, my birthday is my 1 year. That's always how it'll be. It'll always be my year anniversary is my birthday because I streamed my first stream on the night of my birthday. So it's super easy to remember. Super cool. Mickey said, "Yo, Grant, for real though, you definitely do give me confidence to stream more. You definitely are already inspiring people. So keep on tracking my guide, dude. Thank you so much. I swear, Mickey, like you also have so much potential. I see it. You're so entertaining. You're funny. You're engaging with chat and on stream. I think if you were to have smaller, I know it's hard because like life is heavy, but if you were to have smaller things that you make, either TikTok or like YouTube and stuff, I can see it going really well, man. Straight up. That's all. So you inspire me too. You stream for fun, for the genuine fun of it, and that is just super cool to me. My mind is just always moving, and so I feel like sometimes I don't just calm down and enjoy it, and that's something you do super well. So PO box like Po from Kung Fu Panda. Do I not have periods after P and O? This is fantastic. Wishlist new PC ×2. I'm not wishlisting my PC. No, that is too much for me to ask. But yeah, birthday stream, woo, in 6 days. So that's super exciting. It'll be on Friday, for those of you who don't know, March 18th. I'll have to put that in the schedule. That'll likely be the next stream. So yeah, for last remarks, I'll try to get the bits in the sound alerts to work. I don't know why they aren't. I will probably put together a little wish list. Friday, you won't be flying. Yes, you'll be at work. That's okay, Wander, because it might be a really long stream. So hopefully you can make it some. Yeah, birthday stream on Friday. Oh gosh, I felt like I was gonna say another thing that I completely forgot to say. Oh yeah, plan on seeing TikToks and YouTube in the near future. I really want to start getting that done, and working hard at that, because I think that'll totally change the atmosphere here. I think we'll see a lot of newer faces just being like, hey, saw the TikTok, you know, stuff like that, all that fun stuff. So yeah, guys, I'm excited. I think this year will be really good. I'm excited to see where it goes. Thankful for everybody that's here, everybody who's helped me out. So I feel really good after the stream. I'm sad to end it, but I am going to end it because it's already 4:35, and I have some things I'm gonna do. So thanks again, guys. You know, I want to raid somebody. Give me a moment while I see. You know, I'm gonna raid Olive because Olive's sleepy. Olive is super sweet, and I've never once ever seen Olive say a negative word about like anything. Olive is just a little ray of sunshine, and super sweet, super enjoyable to watch, very cozy. They recently got a new camera, so their webcam looks great. What are they? They're playing Night in the Woods right now, which is very cozy. So that's a great one for post stream. So we're gonna go ahead and write her. It usually takes a little bit to actually process the raid for my computer, so give that a sec. But no, thank you for stream. I was glad I was able to catch it. Thanks, Froggy. I'm super glad you were here too. Super pumped for SMP stuff. Mickey, glad you're here too. You're welcome for the stream. Everybody, thank you for here. Maz, I just saw your message. So here we go. I think like 6 seconds and you'll be gone. Everybody, spam Philo raid. Bye, guys. Goodbye, everybody. Oh yeah, YouTube, you're probably still here. Bye, guys.